Hello everyone, welcome to the Psychology of Dating podcast. You are listening to me, Nadine Newkirk. I am both a clinical psychologist and a dating coach. For today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the difference in dating when you have an objective, neutral circumstance and when we put our judgment, our interpretations, our automatic thoughts on a situation, and often this can cause unnecessary suffering. And so how can we kind of tease those two apart and notice the difference? Before we jump into that, I'm really excited to announce that I'm returning from maternity leave January 2025, and I'm launching a group coaching program, a group dating coaching program. And this program is designed to give you essential dating skills. So just like you are learning to cook, it's going to be really hard if you don't know any recipes, you don't own a cookbook, you've never been showed any ways to chop an onion, you don't know how to peel the vegetables, and you don't know where to source the fruit or the vegetables or any other supplies that you need. So the aim of coaching and this coaching program is not that I jump in and do all the cooking for you, because each person is unique in who's going to have their best matches for the types of relationships that they're after. So only they can really live their own life. But the aim of a coach is to be able to guide and to cheerlead and to be able to help people upskill so they can more easily and effectively navigate the dating scene. So it's like you're going in to make a recipe and you've got a cookbook. You have some skills in how to chop the onion. You know a little bit of tips about where to source the best produce. And then you can more effectively go through the process that you need to do. So what are the essential dating skills covered in the program? This includes navigating online dating, support in filtering the types of connections that you're making to get the type of relationship that you're after, how to help reduce burnout on dating apps, also how to find and create dates, and communication. So this is really key. So this is being able to communicate, for example, if you're wanting a casual or an exclusive relationship, being able to communicate if a boundary's been crossed or you're wanting or needing something from someone in the dating connection that you're in. Tools to help understand and manage difficult emotions, whether that's anxiety in dating, low mood, feeling hopeless about it, and also sex and dating. Having skills in dating can help people feel more confident and also have greater clarity in what they want and how to get there. What does the coaching program involve? It's a 3-month group, which involves 12 weekly sessions. The group will be divided between learning new skills for dating and then also having coaching in the group. And to provide even more personalized support, I'm offering 3 individual coaching sessions per person throughout the group as well. So if you are wanting more information or pricing or anything like that, you can find that on my website. It is nadineNewkirk.com. There will be a link to that in the episode show notes. And I also have a free intake call if you're wanting to ask more questions or find out which programs are best for you. Then you can book into that via my website as well. Okay, let's get into the podcast episode. So looking at the difference between circumstances in dating and thoughts that us humans can create, we pump out, I think there's meant to be about 70,000 thoughts that I don't know how they calculate, but apparently that's how many thoughts our brain pumps out every day, 70 to 80,000. And these are just random sentences that our brain has come up with. They're sentences we borrowed from other people. They're things that are just sometimes random, funny, scary, heartwarming, devastating. Our brain can produce so many different types of thoughts that can have varying emotional impacts when we are aware of these thoughts that come up. And it is really important in dating to start to be mindful of the thoughts that our brains produce and start to notice what negative judgments or interpretation our brain is producing. So I'm going to give an example that happened actually. It's very fresh out of the oven. It happened to me, I'm going to say like 3 hours ago. This year I've been on maternity leave and I was given a very beautiful picnic rug / you can use it on the beach, you can use it in the park. It's waterproof, has this really funky, bold 70s floral pattern, and it's big enough that you can fit a whole group of people. I can play on it with my baby, I can do yoga on it. It's just been so handy on countless occasions. And I have a pram where I don't know what you call the undercarriage, it's quite shallow, and I have lost too many things out of that I don't want to list them because I am very upset about all the things I've lost. And one of them was this picnic rug that I was gifted. Picnic mat. I'm not going to call it rug because it's more firm than that. And I was devastated at the time. I walked back. I'm pretty sure it was, on the walk to my local park. I did the route again. I looked everywhere in the car and was really, really upset about it. Anyway, I loved it so much, I went out and I couldn't buy the exact same one because the pattern wasn't there, but I went out and bought one from the same brand. And again, I loved it equally. I still had this twinge of like, I can't believe I lost the first one when I saw it, but used it so much, never regretted going out and buying again. This afternoon, I was going for a walk with my baby to the park and I had the mat in the undercarriage. And guess what? Somehow it must have fallen out again because I know 100% I packed it in there and I didn't even walk that far. It's literally down one street and then I walked another block to a cafe, back to the park and back home. And when I realized that it was gone, this is where we get into circumstance versus thoughts, interpretations, judgments. I was experiencing so much anger and shame and just type of feelings, quite intense. And I realized, okay, I'm going to have to look inside my brain and see what type of thoughts it's creating because this is fueling this uncomfortable feeling. Yes, it's annoying to lose something, but the intensity here, I feel like my brain is creating some extra distress in this circumstance. And when I looked at the thoughts, there was thoughts like, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe that I forgot, to put it in a case where it wouldn't fall out. I can't believe I've lost it again. What are people going to think? And looking into those thoughts, it's realizing it wasn't so much that I am going to go out and buy another one again, believe it or not. That I have to go out and do that. Yes, it's annoying and the money is annoying. It's not going to break the bank. In 5 years' time, will I remember that, money spent? Probably no, I won't. It's more the fear of what other people are going to think and most importantly, what my brain was kind of doing the judgment towards myself. And looking at these thoughts, I wasn't able to do this straight away, I have to say. Had to wait a while to do something else, got home, had some food, various kind of pottering things I needed to do around the house and have some time for emotion to de-escalate just a little bit, take the edge off. And then I was able to tease apart the circumstance in my thoughts and look at, okay, my brain's kind of saying, you idiot, can't believe you lost it. Is there any other way to look at this? So we might not believe it at first. It might not sometimes even feel possible to have other thoughts. Sometimes we might need someone else to help us with this. But my brain was able to come up with some other thoughts, and isn't this funny? You've lost it for a second time and you're going to go out and buy the same picnic mat for the third time. This could be a funny story that you tell, just like a previous rental. In the first 3 months, I locked myself out. It was either 4 or 5 times in the first month. I lived there for 2 years and the rest of the months 0 lockouts, but for some reason that first month, I don't know what was going on. But I can look at it now and laugh. I can see the humor in it. What are some situations in dating where there might be this similar neutral circumstance, but our brain's putting these judgments on top and it's creating more unnecessary suffering in the situation? Maybe you are dating someone and you want to be exclusive and they're having some hesitations. And maybe there's some thought patterns there of they won't commit to me, or I'm unlovable, or here we go again, I'm never going to find someone. And we can take these as facts and then really feel devastated because, of course, anyone would feel devastated if they think, again, another person's not choosing me, I'm unlovable. Is there any other way to view this circumstance? So if we look at the neutral circumstance, it's 2 people dating. One person would like XYZ in the connection. The other person would like XYZ in the connection. And when you state it with pure fact, then you can look at, okay, is there any other way that I can interpret this? And maybe one interpretation could be that this isn't the right match for a connection. As much as I like this person or love this person and we have compatibility in so many areas, the type of connection relationship I'm looking for in the future I'm envisaging is not one that's matching them at the moment. And can you see how de-escalating that judgment language, those thoughts that can come up, can really actually change the emotional intensity as well? So if we talk to ourselves with harsh criticism, with judgments, with black and white thinking, it's always like this, it's never going to be like that, that fuels heightened emotions like anxiety, fear, hopelessness. And that makes it harder to navigate dating because then it feels like a minefield. We're just constantly poof, 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 getting all these really intense, uncomfortable emotions. And I'm definitely not saying that it's possible to go through dating without experiencing discomfort, but there is a way to help reduce unnecessary suffering and to focus on things within your sphere of control. And that is being able to be mindful of thoughts and notice that thoughts are just thoughts. They're sentences in our brain that we've come up with. Well, we didn't even ask for it. Often our brain just like, poof, comes up with it for us. And if I had a thought, I'm a green tree frog, I would just think, well, that's not true. But there are some other thoughts that stick and feel really hard to untangle from. And that's where being able to have a little bit of support to tease out what's the neutral circumstance, what's the neutral circumstance, and what's the interpretations that our brain is putting on top. Okay, well, if you found this episode helpful, I recommend you also look in the episode show notes because I've got a free guide called Top 3 Mindset Shifts in Dating. And this is common, unhelpful or difficult thoughts that people might experience during the dating scene and a few reframes, so a few different sentences to introduce to your brain to hopefully even ease an emotion 5%, 1%. Every little bit counts and adds up. So just a reminder that my coaching program is going to be launching in February. The 3rd of February will be the first group coaching. And if you are interested in that, then jump to my website and you can contact me via the contacts page or book in for a free intake call to find out more information. Okay, everyone, have a lovely day or night wherever you are. And I look forward to speaking with you all next week.